everyone, it's Dee's. It's mint harvest time. So I thought I would just show you how I dry some mint for mint tea. So in the afternoon, I preferably like to do this first thing in the morning, but it doesn't matter because they're going to be dried anyway. So I basically clip the whole plant down. It's very, very sunny, and luckily this is in the shade, otherwise you probably wouldn't see much. Because it's spring, the ants are getting into everything as well. I think they've decided to nest in this pot. So this will grow back really quickly. I mentioned in a previous video that I've just only did this not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so let's bring this in and give them a wash. Get another couple bits here. I'll give this some water later on. Okay, let's bring them inside. Okay, so I've just half filled this sink with cold water, and I'm just going to give them a really good clean. And I have a clean tea towel sitting on the bench next to the sink. And just give them a good rinse, really. If you see any dry bits that don't look that nice, take them out. But I'm not too fussy as long as all the dirt and things are out. Okay, so now I'm going to put them back in the... Actually, I should really rinse that off too, shouldn't I? Sift all the water out. It looks a lot, but when they dry, they're very light, the leaves on mint, or this particular mint anyway. So they don't really take too long to dry in the oven. I don't have a dehydrator, which would be good to get actually, but you've got to be careful because you don't want to burn them. So okay, I'll just let that water go. I've got let that drain a little bit. And sometimes if I find that there's a lot of dirt in the water, I'll just get some fresh water and do it another time, but it's not too bad today, so I'll just do it for once. And I'll just take it over to the tea towel. You can see that, I think we can, yeah. Get it all out. Spread it out a little bit. I'm just going to try and get rid of as much of that moisture as I can now. I'll just roll that up. And just give it a little bit of a squish here and there. And I'm just going to reposition the camera to the other side so you can see what I do on the tray next to me. Okie dokie, so I have a big tray. I have my timer. It's got going to line the tray with some baking paper, just so that as it dries it doesn't stick to the tray. Okay, so now I'm just going to spread the mint leaves all over the tray as even as I can. I used to individually pick all the leaves, which you can do, and just pinch the top and do it that way, but that is quite time consuming. So I'm just going to place the whole stem in, and once it's dry it'll be so crisp that you can just grab handfuls of it and sort of break it up. But I mean, you've still got to go through taking the stems out, but I don't know, I think that might be quicker than just picking slowly at everything. We'll see. I mean, what I could do, another thing I could actually do is put this on a cutting board and just chop it up a bit, and you could probably, it wouldn't matter if the stems are in the tea anyway. But anyway, we'll do it this way and see how it goes. But if you want to sit there and pick each individual leaf, you certainly can. I did that a few times, but after drying a lot of leaves, you quickly get sick of that. Oh, the smell is wonderful. I love mint. It's so good for you too, very soothing. I like to have a glass of mint tea just before bed lately after I've been not that well, and it does help. Well, I've got a lot, so I'm going to put these, I've got another tray. As you can see, I've still got all that. So we will get another tray out, and I reuse this paper too until it doesn't look good anymore, just for drying leaves. You don't want to pile it up too much. Right, and I put it on temperature, I put on about 80 degrees Celsius in the oven, and I put the timer on 20 minutes each time. And if I'm putting 2 trays in there, I will rotate the trays. Maybe after 20 minutes I'll put the bottom one at the top and the top one at the bottom. And I also just sort of move them around after the 20-minute mark as well, just to make sure there's no damp spots. So let's go and get another tray. It's right in front of me. Okay, just do the same thing. I'll just put the oven on. I should have done that a while ago. So I'll put it on 80. I should have done that when we first started, before I started cutting the mint, but never mind. I go through this a lot, so I've got 2 pots of mint, different type of mint. The one that gets most of the full sun every day actually doesn't do as well, so maybe they like a little bit of shade during the day. Okay, I think that it will do. I'll just shake the rest of that out in the garden. Okay. So, we're ready to go in the oven. Okay, this is actually still preheating, but that's okay. As I said, I will rotate those after 20 minutes. So hopefully after 40 minutes or so, it'll be done. So I'll put the timer on for 20. And then I'll come back and rotate the trays and just move the mint leaves around a little bit, and probably maybe, hopefully won't take more than an hour. So we'll see you soon. Okay, so we're back. It's been 60 minutes. So that's how long it took. I think if you maybe tried a little bit hotter oven temperature, it might get done sooner, but you've just got to watch that it doesn't burn and get too hot, that's all. So yeah, 60 minutes, it's not bad. It's nice and crisp, as you can see. It looks like a quarter of the amount now. After the first 20 minutes, I did try and move it around a bit, but it was still too damp, so I left it, and I just moved it around after the 40-minute mark. So now you can a lot easier take all the leaves off, or this is what I like doing, very de-stressing. And then you can just pick the stems out if you don't like them in. But as I mentioned, before you put it in the oven, you could always chop it up if you wanted to keep the stems in. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you just want to make them smaller. So it doesn't matter to have a few stems in the tea. Tea is tea, so I just like to get rid of the bigger stems. And this is a lot quicker than trying to pull the leaves off when it's fresh. Now this bit here must have been in a corner somewhere. It's still damp, so I'm not going to put that in. So maybe I could have done another 10 minutes or so. That's why it's good to have a good feel around and make sure everything's nice and dry and mixed up. But that one is a bit too, yeah, probably could have done with maybe another 5-10 minutes. And maybe I didn't move it around too much, but I've never had trouble with this. I use this up so quickly that it doesn't matter. Okay, so that one there is ready to go in. Now I'm using, this is the stuff that I did a couple of weeks ago. Still got a little bit in. I had that filled to the top. That's how quick I use it. So, if I would have been smart, I would have made a fold in this before I put it in the oven. But I didn't. And I can reuse this paper. So probably in another week I will go to my other pot of mint and dry that. And this you can do all year long because mint grows just all year long, so I better not take it out of the tray. I'll do the same, just push that up. I think this one's a bit drier, I think, because I've put 2 trays in. Normally I only just put 1 tray in at a time, so this one obviously had more of the heat. I have a fan force oven, so it tends to go a little bit quicker, but I definitely should look into getting a dehydrator, I think. But I even just, it's dried, you can still smell that strong mint aroma. It's beautiful. Let's get rid of some of these stems. Just makes it easier to put in. We've just had dinner, we've had tea actually, and everything's a mess, so I'm glad you can't see anything. Where's my... Okay, this I had with my tea. This is just a green loose tea, but this is where I put the tea leaves in, something like that. Especially if they're a little bit bigger and pookier with some stems hanging out. But you can be fussy and take out all the stems if you don't like it. This is, yeah, much quicker than just sitting there picking away when the leaves are fresh. Okay, that'll do. Now hopefully I've got enough room. Can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. Nearly another jar full. And another nice tea is lemon balm. So that's the mint. I'm glad I've topped that up now. That's the lemon balm, and what's this? This is chives. Okay, so lemon balm and more lemon balm. So I'm still waiting for that. That's almost ready to harvest a little bit more. But yeah, the chives are growing crazy, so I'm getting a lot out of those. Chives are a little bit, I keep them in lengths as I cut them, and then I clean them, but then I get the scissors and just snip them to size straight on the tray. So, and they take a little bit longer because obviously there's more moisture in them. But yeah, try it out. It's not hard to do, and yeah, just have some homegrown tea. Thanks everyone for stopping by and spending some time with me. Take care, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.